Hey everybody, Joy here. We're going to start a new scan and cut adventure today. This will be my scan and cut number 2 video. I know a lot of you aren't interested in scan and cut, but you might be interested in cutting out a simple t-shirt for the Sew Away the Blues challenge, or you might be interested in cutting out a simple t-shirt and embroidering on the front of it, or you could even color it with fabric markers. Lots of things you can do. So I wanted to show you just what I happen to be doing, because I have a lot of new seamstresses out there trying to learn how to sew. So I want to show you the simplest pattern in the whole wide world. This is from Judy Kessinger's book. Judy Kessinger owns Fit Nice System. You can go there via fitnicesystem.com. I will put below a video that I made several months ago, last year. I believe it's a playlist. Look below and it will be some videos all about the Fit Nice system and what we did back then, if you're interested, okay? But I just wanted to show you how easy it is. How easy it is. This is my entire garment right here. This is a front and this is a back. It is so simple. Now the pattern is cut off right here because it's what I'm wearing. It's a blouse pattern and it stops right here. I decided that I want to make myself a new nightgown, and so I extended it 9 inches. All I did was take a ruler and I found the 9-inch line on here and I lined it up at the very bottom, right here, at the bottom of the paper pattern, and I just drew a line down here. Lined it up, drew a line, lined it up, drew a line, and made myself a bottom 9 inches longer than what the pattern has. Super simple. Also, since it is a nightgown, I decided to add a 1/2 inch over on the side seam to make it a little bit fuller. Although you can see it fits me fine. But since it's a nightgown, I decided to add a little bit more over there on the side seam. So that's what this little extra is. And all I did was slap down my ruler. You know about my ruler slapping. And I took a friction heat erasable pen and I just lined this up at 1/2, drew a line, lined it up, 1/2, drew a line, lined it up, drew a line. So I have a 1/2 inch wider all the way around on the front and the back. So now, all I'm going to do is get a design for my scan and cut. I'm going to get something that has something to do with coffee. Because when I get up in the morning, I always have my nightgown on and I'm always drinking coffee. So I'm going to get something. Now before I take these patterns off the table, I am going to take a piece of chalk. Why chalk and not this? Because if I touch this with an iron, the friction marker is going to disappear. So I'm going to take a piece of chalk and I'm going to mark the wrong side of this. And I'm going to mark the wrong side of the back. Okay? Now you can remove, there's no notches or anything on this pattern. It is so simple. This is the back. This is the front. Now also, it's confusing as to what's the front and what's the back because they look so much alike. So I'm going to take my chalk and I'm going to write, where's my chalk at? I'm going to put a big F on the front. And I'm going to put a big B on the back, on the inside again. I'm going to put a big B on the back. Because this pattern is so simple, you can get the front and the back mixed up. Really, if you did do that, all you'd have to do is reshape the back, lower it, make it a front neckline, and then you just have a front neckline in the front and the back. Wouldn't matter at all. Okay? So, that's it. I'm going to take my front, and I am going to go to my, look at this one, to my scan and cut machine. I'm going to find my coffee design, and I'll do a clip of that. I'll find my coffee design, I'll send it to my machine, then I'll find some vinyl, and then I'll finish the front of my shirt. But right now, it's 10 minutes past noon, and I've got to go fix some lunch for me and Bernhardt's. But for you, I'll be right back. So you haven't seen this shirt yet, I don't think. Remember the design I showed you on the paper? Remember this? And it came out really, really big, and so I had to make it much smaller. Well, I discovered, I don't know if I've told you this yet, I think I have, that the tendrils were so skinny that they just barely, see how tiny they are? But they worked. And you know the extra butterfly that I told you I messed up? Guess where he is? He's right back there. This is the funnest machine in the whole wide world. Alright, I'm going to Etsy because I just bought a design. I showed you I'm making the sleep shirt. And so I want to have a coffee thing on my sleep shirt. So I bought a coffee design. So I'm going to go in here. Let's turn on the scan and cut. Let's see if I can remember how to send it to the scan and cut. I found something else. Out. I learn something new every day, don't you? You can only go to Etsy on one computer. Evidently, I went into Etsy to find my purchase, said, you don't have any purchases at all. I thought, what? And it said that I was signed in. But I was signed in my computer and there my desktop, and I had to go in there and get out, and then it let me be me, and it gave me my design. So here it is right here. No talkie before coffee. So we're going to send it over here to the scan and cut. But the first thing I have to do is download it. Download files. It will go into my downloads. So here's another download button. So let's push it. And it says it's got the SVG file in it. And you also can print it. Okay, so I downloaded it. Here it is. It's going to be in my download file. So I'm going to find it. And I'm going to show it in the folder. This is just how I do it. I'm no expert on any kind of computer, believe me. Or any kind of, so well, I'm kind of an expert on some software. Okay, so here it is. I want to save it in my scan and cut file where I saved my other one. This one with the butterfly on it. Alright, so now I want to move it. So let's right click on it. And let's say copy. And let's go to documents. And let's go to scan and cut. And let's see if we can paste it here. I don't know, y'all. I'm new at this. Paste. There it is. No talkie before coffee. And now I'm assuming that when you open it up, it has all those files. It does. So it's got the DXF, the EPS, one that doesn't say what it is, and another one that doesn't say, oh yes it does over here, JPEG and PNG. And this one that has the Microsoft Edge icon. For some reason, and the lady that makes these, the first one I bought from, said it's always going to show you that Microsoft Edge icon because there's no SVG symbol. So that's the one that we are going to send over here to the scan and cut. But we can't do that until we get online to the Canvas workspace. So let's do that next. I'm going to put CANVAS dot workspace and search. It usually just comes up all by itself. Okay, so here's where we really want to go. canvasworkspace.brother.com. That's where we want to go because that website talks to the scan and cut. Okay, so they are connected. So I cannot send that design directly from my computer. I have to send it from Canvas Workspace, and I can't send it from Canvas Workspace until I put it there. If I'm wrong, y'all tell me. Y'all gave me so many tips yesterday. All right, so we're going to go here. It should know who I am by now. I've been in there enough. And there I am. And I'm going to log in. Okay, now this always comes up. This thing here, the PC version of Canvas Workspace has been upgraded. Well, that's good because the one I had was worthless. But you want to use the one that's online right here. So you log into it. This is going to be a new project. So you click on New. Now I'm going to have to find it. Now, one would think, I hope you can see my screen. One would think that you would push download, but you don't. X that out, you don't push download. I think we're actually uploading. I don't know. Anyway, to get your design from your computer, you're going to go to this SVG in a box up here. Right there, that one. And if you hold your little hand there, it says Import SVG file. It also can take a DXF and an SCM, but I don't know what either of those are yet. Okay? Feel free to tell me. So we're going to go here and we're going to go find that coffee file. Choose File. And it should be here in Scan and Cut, and it is. So there's no talkie before coffee. And here's the SVG right there. So see here, no talkie before coffee dot SVG. And it was that Microsoft Edge symbol. Hey, I don't make this stuff up, y'all. I wonder how you can tell how big the thing is. Let's see if you can tell how big it is. The mat is 12 by 24. The design, it doesn't say. I wonder if you choose the whole design, if it will tell you how big it is. No. See, this is all so confusing to me. But you can choose each thing separately, and that's very nice because I want to make that cup a different color. So let's choose the cup. Oh, but you have to have the steam with it. So I am going to make that red. So now we're going to download it. Hit download. Now, you can see here that you can send it to your PC, or you can transfer it over here to the Scan and Cut. What do I need to download it to my PC for? It's already in there, and I haven't made any changes to it. So, Scan and Cut Transfer, we're going to push on that. And now it says the Scan and Cut Transfer is ready. So, I'm going to turn on the Scan and Cut, see if I can find it, change the cup to red, figure out how big the crazy thing is. Hold on. Alright, so we're going to close this, my laptop. We're going to go get the 12 by 24 mat. So here's my 12 by 24 mat. I'm going to take my plastic off of it. This is for vinyl, and I know it because I wrote it on it the other day. Let me tell you what I know about the Scan and Cut so far. There's 3 buttons here. This first button always takes you back to home. This middle button here is your load, unload mat button. It's different than the button that tells you to scan your mat. This button here just loads it and unloads it and gets it ready to scan. So it only does 2 things, load and unload. I don't know why they don't just write that there. Then they've got these 2 little dashes down here. I have no clue what they do yet. Alright, so you have to put it in forward. There's the arrow. You have to put it in forward, and there's a little track. There's 2 little indentions in the floor of this machine, and you just stick it between the 2 indentions. Kind of push it up there a little bit. You can't get it wrong, as long as it's in between those 2 indentions. Let's load the mat. Load. Alright, now it says loading. So it's going to come all the way out the... No, I don't think it comes out the back until you scan it. Yeah, it just goes a little bit in and a little bit out. Now, it's past the rollers. It is not in the position I put it in. It is past there. It rolled in a little bit and back out a little bit, but now it's underneath the black wheels, okay? So now it's loaded. So now let's find our coffee cup design. Let's go to Retrieve Data, and let's go, it's We know it's not in the scan and cut. We know it's not on a flash drive. And we know it's not in my computer. It's up here in the wireless internet. There it is. No talkie before coffee. So what I want to do is I want to take the coffee cup and the steam off because I'm going to cut it out of a different color of vinyl. Or I could put 2 colors of vinyl on here right now. But I think what I want to do is just do them separately until I get better at this and I'm not such a dingbat. My videos, I'm going to turn them on and watch them myself. Okay, so what I want to do now is take the coffee cup off. So I'm going to select something. Now I figured out purely by accident that to select something you have to push these little arrows. And the arrows hop around the design with the arrows. I was poking on it and it wasn't doing a thing. So I figured out that the arrows will hop around from the group to the group, however you have them grouped separately. I have the coffee cup grouped separately. So I am going to delete it because I'm not going to be able to cut it out of this mat. Okay, so the coffee cup is gone. Now I have all the letters left, and I would imagine you can't see it. And by the way, whoever told me to squeeze the legs in the back, this model doesn't have any squeezy legs. There's nothing to squeeze. So I'm still not sure how you move this thing up and down. Okay? Alrighty. So all I want to do now is reverse it, and then I'm going to cut it out. Are you excited or what? Okay, so let's do Object Edit, and let's do Reverse. And it just reversed the whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to say OK, and OK. That just means I'm done editing, done editing. Then you'll see in the middle here, here's a wrench over here. In the middle is a picture of a mat. That's a picture of a mat. It looks like an oven, as I heard online. And I have no clue what this is over here, what that button is. I do not know what that button does yet. But I do want to have it scan my background. But first of all, I have to put some vinyl on here, or it's just going to cut the mat out. Note to the inventor people, make a stylus that's square so it quits rolling off the table. See my glitters? Isn't it pretty? And my pajamas are turquoise, so I'm going to make the letters be a pretty color of something that's pretty with turquoise. God, I almost hate to use these. It's like, oh my gosh, if I use it, I won't have it anymore. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Now this is that thick stuff. Now I learned something yesterday. I don't know if I've told you yet, but there's a button over here. There's a little button and it goes, there's a number 1 and a number 2 and it just goes up and down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Leave it on 1 all the time because the machine will tell you if you need to put it on number 2. Number 2 means that what you're cutting is fat and it needs more room down here. Okay, but it will tell you if it needs it. I do. So let's use gold. Now I have ordered, I don't know if it's downstairs yet, maybe they delivered it today. Now glitter, because it's in reverse, is going pretty part down. Pretty part down. And it's going on this. Alright, so there it is. It's glitter side down and it's stuck on the mat with the purple on the bottom. That's standard tack adhesive mat. So we're going to, you always have to first use this button to insert it. So we're going to use that button. That's eject and inject. Inject and eject. That doesn't sound right. Something like that. Okay, that looks like it totally fits. I'm even going to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, as long as it still fits. Oh, and there's a way to turn the color to white. I can't remember. I saw yesterday that there's a way to make the color lighter, but I don't remember what button it is. A button for everything in here. Okay, that looks like it's going to cut out just great, and it's all reversed. Okay, so I'm going to put okay. I wish I knew how to make it lighter. There is a way, but I don't remember what it is. Let me see if that does it. I think it's right there. Yeah. See? I learned something else right that minute. So you push on the wrench. If all else fails and you have no idea what to do, push on that wrench. That wrench does a lot of stuff. Okay, so now it says no talkie before coffee. And it's ready to cut. And because I scanned this, I can see it. And I can see the letters are on it. So let's say okay, okay, and okay. That just means okay, I'm done editing, okay, I'm done sizing, and okay, I've already scanned the mat. So now we're going to please select, and we're going to tell it that we want to cut. This thing can also draw, and it can also emboss, and it can also do something with foil. I have no idea what those are either. So let's cut, and let's do a test. I have my blade in. It's on half cut. It's supposed to be on half cut, and then I have it on 2. You want to see? Push the wrench, push this down, and right here it says half cut on and then cut pressure. Cut pressure can be 0, or it can be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I'm not sure how high the numbers go, but I know that this one cut out with that on 2. So we're going to try. I don't know if it will work or not, but we're going to do a test. And here's a little tiny itty bitty box, and you move it. I'm going to move my test down here to the bottom. This is going to start a triangle cut right there, so we can make sure it's going to work. Okay, so it cut out a little triangle down there. Okay, so there you are. You got to kind of flip it up. Don't ever tell me I'm not a patient person, my darling friends. That's a sample and it's perfect. So excited. Okay, so now we're going to start the actual cut of the no talkie before coffee. Start. I still have it on 2. It worked on 2, so I'm leaving it on 2. This, whatever kind of heat transfer vinyl this is, it's thicker than the Hobby Lobby kind of vinyl. Now, think of this. This is important because I can see myself totally screwing this up. I had to shrink the words. When that coffee cup and steam comes over here, it's going to fit fine. It's not going to tell me I have to shrink it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the whole design there, and then I'm going to shrink the whole design, and then it's what I should have done to start with, and then I'm going to remove all of the words and keep the coffee cup. All right. I went back and I put the whole design up again, and then I shrunk the whole design together. Then I deleted all the words. Then I kept the coffee cup and the steam. And then I made sure they were reversed, and they are reversed. And then I scanned my red glitter. And so there's my red glitter sheet, and there's my design on top of it. And so I'm not going to do another test because it's the same exact kind of glitter paper, vinyl. Same exact thickness and everything. Okay, let's cut out this coffee cup in red. This is so much fun. And then I'm going to go. You saw how I already cut out the front of my shirt. Same exact as this, except I made it longer. And so I'm going to go iron all of this on the front of it, exactly how I like it. And if I mess it up, I'll cut out another color front and I'll have a two-tone shirt. I'm using the cotton knit that I bought from Girl Charlie back, I don't know, 6-8 months ago. And so I really like cotton knit for sleeping in. It's cut. It's done. Okay, finished cutting. So we are going to eject, which is ejected. So you can't even tell it's cut. But it is. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to do what's called weeding. And so what I did the first time was really, really dumb. there is, right here is a piece of plastic, just like the plastic that comes on this. It's a piece of plastic. And my cutout is going to stay on that plastic until I iron it off. Now, the first time I cut something out, I pulled the entire glitter part off and had the whole sheet just by itself with those little bitty letters on it. I wasted the entire piece of vinyl. No, no. So this note that I stuck up there in my closet is to tell me, cut around the design and don't waste all your glitter paper. Now, it's not easy to see. I can tell you that. It is not easy to see, but I can see it. So I'm going to cut down here, around here. You want to cut with room around it. Okay? So, the first time I did it, I would have had to throw all of the rest of this away because I pulled it apart from its plastic. That's a very, very bad no-no. Don't do that. This stuff is not cheap. Okay? So, now what you do is you take everything off that you don't want. And so that's what you get your dental tool out for. You get your dental tool out and you start pulling off all of the pieces you don't want. Let me put the camera down so you can see. Oh, but it cut this way. I'm doing it backwards, y'all. I'm doing it backwards. Put your glitter side down. Remember, it was cut on the ugly side, not the pretty side. I'm trying to pull it off the wrong side. Let me make a note to put on my closet. Weed ugly side. Weed ugly side. I know y'all are going, no, 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 Joy did it wrong. Ta-da! See? The heart's gone. All right, so inside, remember, it's cut on the ugly side. And it's also backwards. I knew it was cut, but boy, it sure wasn't coming off the front. Okay, so there's the inside of the handle. Now, we're going to remove everything else. And it's probably not easy to start. That part right there. Get some scissors if you need to make it easier. There's the steam. Oh, this glitter is so beautiful. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm not a blingy person. I don't like diamonds and jewels and stuff like that, but I love glitter. There it is. So that's my cup. That's the cup part. See? Fun, fun, fun. So this is the cup that's going to go on my pajamas, and the letters are on the gold. So I'm going to go get my shirt all laid out on the ironing board, and I'm going to get this laid out on my top, and then I'll show you how I iron it on. I don't have a press. Now see, the first time I told you I pulled the whole entire piece of glitter off, well then I tried to use it again. And of course it wouldn't work. It just all wadded up and made a mess, and I was hysterical. But then I realized that the plasticky part was gone, and I just had to throw it all away. I want to show you how I figure out where to put it on my shirt. I don't know if this is the standard way, the recommended way, or what, but this is how I've been doing it. The first thing I do is fold my shirt in half, and I iron a crease down the center front. Okay? I just fold it in half, match it up, and fold a line down the center front. So I have a line down the center front. I can see it there, and I can see it here. Okay? Then I take a ruler, and I line it up with the center front line perfectly straight, and then I draw some straight lines going across, just anywhere. Pick a place, any place. I've got one going across up here. I've got one going across down here. Then I measure out from center. In this case, I measured out 5 inches, and I made a line on this side. I measured 5 inches out from the center here, and I made a line on this side. So that way, I can line my design up. So it's the same distance from center front this way and the same distance from center front this way, okay? So now it's still on the plasticky stuff. So somebody told me to get some of this. This is one of those Teflon things. I'm not going to get one of those presses. I'm just going to use a hot iron and hold it down there. Now there's probably a certain amount of time you're supposed to do this. I don't know what that certain amount of time is, okay? So I'm just going to hold it until it doesn't come up anymore. When you pull up this plastic, the glitter should stay behind. See, that's the way it's supposed to work. I just talked to Becky for about 30 minutes. She's trying to, what I want to do is I didn't want this heart to cut out of the middle, but that's the way the design is. But I want to cut out another heart in a different color, probably gold, and stick it there in the middle of that coffee cup. So, I thought, wonder how you can do that. Can't be that difficult. See here how the plastic comes off? See, so once this is off your glitter, your vinyl, this is glitter vinyl. Once this is gone, it's over with. You can't be cutting it anymore or ironing it on anymore. That's why you don't want to waste it like I did the first time. See, it's sticking good. It's sticking real good. Somebody said, you need to get one of those iron presses. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Is that the cutest pajamas you ever saw? I hope it doesn't scratch in the middle of the night. So now I'm going to go scan this little heart and cut out that little heart, and then I'm going to stick that little heart in there. Here I want you to see how I filled in the little hole in the middle of the cup. It cut out the heart of the red cup. It cut out. So I had a red heart. So I just scanned the red heart, and then I cut it out of this brown color so it would be coffee, and I stuck the heart in the hole. I figured out what I was doing wrong, Miss Becky. When I scanned something, when I scanned my mat, it picked up Scotch tape that was on the outside of it and thought that was a cut file, and that's why it was showing everything too big. So you were absolutely right, my friend. So I took all of those tape marks off of there. Okie doke. Alrighty, I'm going to sew this together and then I'll show you my new sleeve shirt all done.